Welcome to Indore, Madhya Pradesh's commercial capital and one of India's fastest growing urban economies. Standing at Rajwada Palace, the city's historic heart, the contrast is striking. Legacy architecture against a backdrop of modern enterprise. Indore today is powered by manufacturing, finance, IT, real estate and a fast evolving MSME ecosystem. On this edition of ET Now's Budget Yatra, we bring you voices from industry leaders who shape this economy every day. Their message ahead of Budget 2026 is clear. Move beyond headline reforms, fix execution gaps and create policies that sustain long-term growth in a changing global landscape.
We are in Indore for Budget Yatra, where city which is known for food, which is known for entrepreneurs, which is known for businesses which are thriving here. And to discuss that, we have with us Indore's Management Association, the oldest one in the city. And we'll start the discussion with the president himself, Mr. Khandelwal. Welcome to ET Now. My first question to you will be, now the Budget Yatra has reached Indore. What should the people of this country and particularly city expect from budget this time?
With respect to the expectation of the budget, I think it would be more of a match where people are expecting too much and then it's a washout. जहाँ पर लगा कि बारिश हो गई या तो मैच 2 दिन में ही खत्म हो गया, तो उस तरह का मेरे ख्याल से बजट होने वाला है. Lot of expectations do build up for the budget, obviously because it's one of the main events for the government also, but because many things are now taken before the budget, a lot of decisions by the government with respect to taxation, policy matters, बहुत सारी हो चुके हैं, but hopefully this time the budget expectation will revolve around one act which has been left untouched so far, and that is, I think, the Customs Act. So, मेरे ख्याल से the finance minister will focus on this particular indirect tax, that is customs, because the Indian economy is now going towards more of the indirect tax collection rather than the direct tax collection. That has been the focus of the government. तो इसलिए शायद customs पे I think the government would focus more.
Of course, that will be something to be watched out for. Mr. Dharmendra, I want to come to you. We are sitting in Yash Technologies campus. AI has been buzzword in past few years, and talking about your company per se, what are your expectations from the government on enabling on that front, and particularly on budget?
There is more consistency in the approach of the government to bring more predictability and more productivity in general, definitely. From IT perspective, I think the expectation is there is more budget around research and development to make India as a product-led nation rather than just service-force-based nation, because service will give you a linear growth while product will give you a very hyper growth. So I think that is the major expectation I have from this budget. India becomes a self-reliant nation. India has huge potential where 50% of the population is below the age of 25. So I expect that government create more jobs, more opportunities by creating more innovation labs, more practical education. So, that's the way forward I look forward.
Mr. Manoj, looking from your point of view, and real estate sector has been asking for long, as we discussed earlier, about being the industry status. What are the expectations this time from budget per se?
First thing is, real estate has been long asking for the industry tag, and it has been maturing from a real estate to a prop tech sector, where not just a traditional household consumption economy is being developing, the investor-led economy, the AI is playing a part of it, the tech is playing part of it, and the whole financial fintech sector is being integrated with real estate. So right from SM rate to rate and foreign funds coming to India, there's a large scope for government to look into this at a longer term perspective. The jobs can be generated. It has been traditionally a very unstructured sector where usually professionals don't want to come. But with the whole influencer economy, beware that this time the budget will be, dissected by young generation from the perspective of job generation, from the perspective of the wealth generation. So it's not just real estate where we are talking about industrialization or construction. The aspirational class of India needs home. the industry need a lot of infrastructure to be done. If you're talking about China Plus One policy or GCC coming to India, or even e-commerce booming out, everything is going to happen on real estate, in the real estate sector. And a lot of youngsters are coming from tier 1, tier 2 cities. And from Indore, Bhubaneswar, or Surat, tier 2, tier next cities, like I call them, they are looking from national government that what they are doing in what they've achieved in terms of smart cities in India, what has been done, what is the next, and मूलभूत सुविधाएं जो हम बोलते हैं कि we need water and air, AQI part, all those things has to be taken care of, and everything is being impacted by the whole how real estate sector moves on. So budget this time will be taken up by youngsters, influencers or propfluencers, and we really hope something good has to be done from a long-term perspective by our finance minister.
Ankit, what do you expect from budget this time from industry point of view?
Government in the past have simplified the taxes. They have made actually country look like one with GST coming in. But definitely GST is a new law, it's a new tax. Simplifications have been done by government, but as an industrialist, I feel they are not enough, to be very honest. I feel that more and more simplifications is required in terms of GST. For long-term development, especially the slabs, they have reduced the slabs, but still there is a lot of scope from the side of the government. So I feel that more relaxation, simplifications should be brought in terms of the GST. But once again, as we were discussing before, I feel it's more of a policy document now. Like even if you see, I'll give you an example. As a child, when I used to see the television or used to read the newspaper next day, the train budget.
Right.
So we were used to amazed at what new trains have been started, and now they've become extent out of the train budget. Now it's a year-long process when the government keeps announcing, the railway ministry keep announcing that. So I think they are
even
main,
the fare hike has just
yes. So our main budget is also becoming like that. The government keep improving, changing the norms entire year, and it's more of a policy document, maybe which affects the share market next day. It's more of that from my.
Yeah, that I'll understand with Arpit. I think stock market is also much more mature to understand the impact of the budget or the policies which are going to be announced all year around. But do you think something will happen this budget?
So, I mean, last year, the way they changed the long-term and short-term capital gains, I mean, traders, investors as a community ecosystem as a whole, what we really want is the stable capital gains to be there. But almost it's been 2 years that we have negative cash flow going out. FPIs have been continuous sellers, and then we are increasing the rates long term and short term. Obviously it's disturbing the ecosystem as a whole, and the government needs to look at all those numbers and see where we are going. The STT that was being collected has also gone down from last year, FY 24-25. Right. So I mean, we can clearly see the impact also of, and it is very soft corner, the 12.5% and 20% that they changed. So government has to be proactive, then keep looking at those small numbers, which I think they have lost this year by going and increasing the short-term and long-term capital gains. In fact, they should be more. At least the short-term capital gain, they should really reduce it back, because that's how the flow will be there. We have to look at how dollars have gone from 80 to 91. Our foreign exchange reserves is continuously going out. So all those things have to be looked at, and it's very well connected with the small policy that government is tweaking around. So I think from the trader perspective, the STT rates also have been very high. Right. Every year. At least our association has been, continuously lobbying to reduce that, but nothing has been done. It's been almost 4-5 years that, that continuous lobbying is going on. So I think government should not do anything till what they've done it, and in fact they should reduce the short-term capital gain. So the confidence in the entire ecosystem persists of the government not tweaking around with the taxation. That is what I would really request.
Finance Minister, and Finance Minister, of course, every year we have seen the policy consultations which are happening, and of course Budget Yatra is part of it, where we are not only connecting with the fellow citizens but also industry associations to take a view what should should be expected in the budget, and what are the suggestions we can present to Finance Minister? Mr. Jaju, I want to come to you for the same. We have seen that what are the expectations from the budget this time. Many of the industry associations have already submitted their proposals. What do you expect this time?
I would feel that expectation is not a right word currently. I feel that it's a time for us, while government has given their framework, policy framework very nicely in place in terms of, so it's a time basically for creating more capacities, because the markets are really widening with the FTAs going on and the with variety of nations our government is working on. So with those higher capacities will really result into a better growth for the country, and this is the time when manufacturing looks the best. We are definitely hitting a very different equation with AI and ML coming into manufacturing. So we have to see that how do we adapt those changes? How do we upgrade ourselves with technologies for manufacturing so as to become more cost competitive, as well as along with that good quality manufacturers. So that's something which we need to really keep in mind. So everything is to be done as from the part of industry only, but it is, if it can be fueled with some kind of a upgradation support on the capital side from government, maybe in a sort of a blend, which can be a part to be as a grant, second to be as a incentive on post tax what you are producing, which is a real model of PLI. So, I feel a PLI model which has proved itself very nicely should be expanded into other segments also.
Definitely, and that is a very valid demand which is coming in from our discussion. But let's also come to the issues. While on one hand we are expecting from the government, which are the areas where we think that some sort of improvement should be done by industry themselves, and also the issues which can be sorted out with the help of government. I'll come to you, Arpit, first. Last year, and in fact even before that, we have discussed F&O issue. Particularly whether or not retail investors should be allowed, whether there be some kind of exam, and all kind of news are traveling regarding the same. In fact, SEBI has made clear that they are looking of some kind of a consultation paper where they'll consult the industry whether or not this long-term product needs to be there. What is your view? How this issue can be sorted whereby retail stays as it is if they want, and also they do not burn their hand?
So I think, see, markets, in a way, if you would say, it's always learning.
Right.
And it's all about knowledge and learning, and it's a process. There cannot ever be 100% success ratio that, today I put in and I will only make money. The whole idea is about when you are investing or trading, it is all about your cash management.
Right.
And your how are you allocating, what asset classes you are allocating, what is your margin of safety that you want to keep. So it's a process, and it all comes after you have that kind of knowledge, and the awareness is there, how you want to invest or diversify your money, and how much risk you are taking in one asset class or you are doing it. So from a normal investor investing 500, or be it somebody coming up with 100 crore check, everybody has to look at these basic principles when they are investing.
Right.
So be it a cash market investing or into option trading or futures derivatives, these are platforms which are globally available to everybody, and everyone is at an equal platform to trade into the market. So it totally depends upon an individual how they are using the platform and how they are able to make money out of it, and if not, then they have to stop. So obviously government has been proactive. They've seen the retail people are coming in without knowledge, investing 20,000, 30,000 in options and, losing it in a day, and the global HFT firms taking all that pie because they were, they had their, they were miles ahead of where we are today, and they could leap out all the premiums that were available.
It's easy for them, whether it is algorithms or human beings, we don't know. Algos are trading or human beings are trading, but it is a fact of the matter that 91% and plus investors are losing money consistently for years, research which is done by SEBI.
Correct.
Coming to you, Mr. Khandelwal, when we are discussing about the issues, which are the areas of improvement you think that industry themselves can do?
In terms of industry, I think everybody focuses on their own ROI, the industry. I will redefine the word ROI is about being responsible with outcome and with a lot of integrity. I mean, that applies to both angles. I mean, the government also and to industry also. So if they are responsible towards whatever is happening currently, let's say responsible to the environment, outcome everybody wants profitability. So that should be the outcome at the end of the day. And with a lot of integrity, because we have seen that India has got a damage in that particular front on the integrity part. But yes, we are improving. So if we focus on this ROI part, and then if we work upon that, probably we'll ask the government also to work upon that. I mean, government ki taraf se we expect that they should also think on the ROI part. So that is the major thing which we have to work upon. Apart from that, I think Ankit Bhai has mentioned that he is facing an industry problem, while Jajuji has mentioned that a lot of FTAs are being opened up. So industry as such has to diversify, because looking to the geopolitical risk and whatever has happened yesterday, the US attacking the Venezuela government, so you never know what is going to happen overnight. So we need to diversify, that's for sure. And India as such has got in safe hands. I mean, the macro is strong and the buffers are very long. So on two factors, we are very strong. I think the headwinds are there, because I am an endurance athlete. So I know headwinds are in cycling, a lot of headwinds are there. Along with that, there are tailwinds also. So we just remain stable. हिंदी में अगर कहूँ तो मैंने कुमार विश्वास जी को सुना था, चैतन्य रखें आसपास क्या हो रहा है, चिंतन रखें, चिंतन करें कि किसको कैसे निकालना है, और चिंता शून्य रखें.
Perfect. That is the way to move forward. I want to come to you, Mr. Dharmendra. When we talk about global uncertainty, IT comes top of mind, and that has been the scenario. What are the issues you think that needs to be sorted immediately? And I'm not talking about tariffs. Tariff is, of course, which is in top of mind, and government is in discussion with the various parties. But do you think there are other issues as well that needs to be sorted out, especially in this budget?
Two things I'll pick. The last question which you were asking is what you should do yourself, and where I feel that partnership between colleges, academia basically, and industry can be done without the government. However, from the government perspective, I think government should focus opening more IITs, government should focus opening more foreign universities here, so that foreign exchange भी बचेगा हमारा. और इंडिया में टैलेंट बहुत है, अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ ज़्यादा चाहिए लोगों को. Why only 2,000, 5,000 people should be selected for a particular course? So we will get more people to support our growth, basically. So I think that's very, very important from my perspective.
Right. And which is the biggest issue currently?
So biggest issue again is availability of the right talent, and this can be sorted with this. India is not isolated from whatever is happening across the globe, but definitely India government itself is now investing a lot on tech. And similarly, we are also looking at other markets like Middle East, like APAC, where we are getting a lot of opportunities. So we have also tried to make sure that in the last few years, we are not heavily dependent on one country, because we are seeing whatever geopolitical is happening is really impacting. So we have also tried to de-risk ourselves from that perspective, and there are huge opportunities in other market today.
Definitely. Mr. Manoj, one of the issues which comes top of mind when we talk about real estate is the transparency part, whereby there has been efforts which is made by industry. How do you think that can be even sorted out further, whether we talk about the prices, whether we talk about the disclosure, whether somebody is looking to just invest and park their money, but we don't know it is right place or not. Of course, there are initiatives which is taken by government, but where do you think the industry can do further?
So this is the most hot topic in real estate, the credibility and transparency. But with the advent of PropTech, that the transparency can be implemented. So right from legal disclosures to legal due diligence of the land, RERA has already played a very good role after construction. But like I said, real estate is moving from not just consumption, where we are selling houses or plotting. There are a lot of people who want to invest in real estate, and everybody who doesn't have a demat account is actually investing in real estate only, and it's a large part of Indians who are doing it. And the next phenomena with the tariffs and everything happening is even the people from US and other countries want to move back to India due to the uncertainty, and they're looking to invest. And tier next cities has the most their obvious answer is here in tier next cities, where land price is still cheaper than tier 1 cities, no AQI problem, no traffic problem. But again, it comes back to zero, that where do I invest, what is the credibility, what is the transparency, what are the land rates. एक simple question होता है, आम आदमी invest करने आता है कि plot का rate क्या है, उसे पता नहीं होता है कि आजू बाजू वाले कितने में खरीदा है. But from micrometer perspective, what we have done is we have brought India's best research firms like JLL, CBRE, Wakefield Kushner. We have done whole city-wide research. What are the land prices, what is the legal diligence. We brought in companies like IC Universal Legal, Khetan. So integration of technology on an app based, which is even investors and small investors would love to do it via app based. They have been traditionally doing it because of Zerodha and other kind of companies who have kind of given a way to invest in a small token size. Right. So when you talk about trust, credibility from policy level, we also have to look at the tokenization of real estate. Because that's where, when you do tokenization, the SEBI purview comes into picture. Definitely. And the policies comes into picture. Like we have AIF Cat 2 fund. So we have been pushing for, the private placement in the sector can be changed in a way for real estate where small token size private shares can be assigned. And SEBI has done a very good job in terms of policy by bringing SM rate, as well as in even the private placement, they have mandated that it has go to demat shares. All the shares you are issuing in the private place has to go to demat. So those are the small things which we think we are moving in the right direction. Only thing with the advent of technology, more and more youngsters coming to think, more technology playing its role, I think we'll create that ecosystem where credibility and trust won't be a larger question, which is right now, as of now, is there.
Definitely. Coming to you, Ankit, if I want you to sum up as far as the expectations of industry from government is concerned, not just limited to budget per se, what will be the top 3 expectations you see?
See, if I have to expect, then what I have seen is the government decisions are majorly on basis of the vote bank, to be very honest, and which are not very good for the industry.
Definitely.
So Modi ji and this government has been there for long, and what we can see is there is no strong opposition also. So it's time to take some bold decisions which benefit the industry in long run.
It's time to take reforms.
Yes, which benefit the industry in long run. With due respect, some of the state policies have adversely affected our industries on the name of vote banks. So maybe the government, it's time to rise up from such things and take bold decisions which help the industry. Think industrialists as someone who is driving the economy. Now, for very long, industrialists were seen as someone who were more of not abiding rules and who are not paying their taxes. But now the things have changed. You like it or not, you have to pay all the taxes. You cannot run away from them. So we think ourselves as a partner of the government, partner of the economy, and take such decisions which help our business thrive in the long run. So more and more simplification, again I would say, more and more ease of doing business, and I think that's it. Yes.
Now I'm going for a rapid fire round where I'll ask in one line to sum up your budget expectation from the government. It can be one line, it can be one stanza, it can be one song, whatever you like. Starting with you, Mr. Jaju, what will you say?
So I would definitely say that it should be an R&D focused, innovation focused activity to be performed by industries, which can be supported by government in terms of incentives, in terms of PLI based schemes for the industry.
Coming to you, Mr. Jaju.
more consistent, more predictable, more productive future, and use of tech to the largest extent by the government.
Mr. Manoj.
हाँ, प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी विकास के नाम से 2014 में सरकार में आए थे. हम चाहते हैं कि वही एजेंडा हो, उसी से लेके लॉन्ग टर्म डिसीजंस लिए जाएं.
Ankit.
Simplicity is the key.
Arpit, what will you say?
I'll say stable, supportive, and simple.
Final word coming you, Mr. Khandelwal.
आई थिंक एज मनोज भाई सेड हमारे क्योंकि विकास का लेके आए थे तो आशावादी, नॉट हाउसफुल बट सस्पेंसफुल. एंड एज द नेम गोज, हमारे जो फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर का नाम है निर्मला सीतारमण, तो निर्मला जो वर्ड है तो निर्मल रहे, लेकिन एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं कुछ ना कुछ गुगली आएगी.
All right, these are the expectations from the industry from Indore, and definitely we'll expect Finance Minister to take a look with all the great suggestions which is coming from this panel.
Indore finds itself at a crucial inflection point. Manufacturing is adapting to global shifts, services are expanding their footprint, and investors are closely tracking policy signals. What industry wants now is consistency in taxes, in incentives, and in long-term vision. Whether it's extending the PLI framework, easing capital gains pressures, or enabling advanced manufacturing and AI adoption, Indore's expectations are grounded in growth, not giveaways. From Indore, this is ET Now's Budget Yatra.